and welcome to this YouTube video today. You guys, I'm going to free flow this video. Usually I have a little bit of notes so that I can stay on track with things that I want to make sure that I talk about. But today I was on a walk and I just felt really inspired to talk about the different seasons of life. And yeah, so we're just going to go with it. I don't know how long this video is going to be. It might be short. It might be longer. Who knows? But if you are new here, I'm so happy that you're here. My name is Megan Warren. I'm a holistic practitioner. And I really started this YouTube channel as a way to get content out in a long form way that felt really authentic and natural for me. Speaking is fun. It's fun for me. It's a way that I can just free flow. And so this is a very good example of we're just going to free flow it. So glad you're here if you're returning or new. And the reason this came up is because, really I think it's December. It's the end of 2024. And a lot of times in this month, I like to reflect on the year, which makes me reflect just on life stuff and also what I'm ready to bring in for the new year. And it had me thinking just the different seasons that I'm in right now, that I have been in right now. And I felt like this could be very helpful for someone. And hopefully this offers a new perspective with the season that you're in so that it helps you get through with more intention and more hope. And yeah, just to let you know that you're not alone if you are going through a challenging season. So the first thing I want to say is we are meant, as people, we are meant to grow. We are meant to expand. We are meant to evolve. And a lot of times in my life, the growth has happened when I am in a season that feels hard, that feels challenging. And sometimes I don't always see it when I'm in it. Sometimes it happens after I've gone through it. I'm like, man, I grew a lot. Like I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about maybe other people that were in the season with me. I learned a lot about things that worked, things that didn't work, things that are no longer working. And so, yeah, sometimes like when you're in it, it seems foggy. You don't always have the clarity, and that's okay. You're not meant to have all of the wisdom and the knowledge yet when you're in a season of growth. But we are meant to grow and expand. And with that comes seasons where it feels like we're in expansion. It's like, whoa, this is like, here we go. We are expanding, we are growing. And sometimes it feels like we're in contraction, where it just feels like maybe we're stuck. Maybe we don't have the answers. Maybe it just feels heavy. It feels like we're in quicksand. And this is the same thing that happens with our nervous system. Our nervous system expands and then our nervous system contracts. And this is, we're meant to have stress in our life. We're meant to have a hormonal reaction to that stress, a surge of stress hormones like cortisol, adrenaline, norepinephrine. And then we're meant to come back down and have those hormones regulate again and feel grounded in our body and feel like, okay, I feel like I don't have to exert a lot of energy right now. I can rest. If you're using nervous system regulation terms, fight, flight. I can be in that fight, flight mode where I'm either hustling with something I'm doing with work or getting things done if you're busy with your family. And now I can just kind of contract. I can let go. I can rest. And sometimes when we are in a season where we're in contraction, where we're being called to rest, we're being called to slow down, we can resist that. And that is what really becomes challenging and becomes hard, is the resisting what season we're in. resisting what our bodies are telling us to do. A lot of symptoms that people deal with is that I see often, and I'm sure you can relate, is fatigue, right? Um, when you're feeling the fatigue, it's your body giving you a sign that, hey, it's time to relax, it's time to rest, it's time to restore. And it's very common and it's very normal for a lot of people to resist that, and that can manifest as more symptoms, worse symptoms later. Um, and so that's, what I always recommend people doing is tuning in and listening to their body. And so coming back to the different seasons in life, a lot of times I feel like it's the big things, the big life events that are happening. Um, some can be exciting, some not so exciting, just hardship. Getting married, having a baby, starting a business, um, learning something new. Those can be very exciting, right? And you can be very motivated to be in that expansion phase. And then sometimes when the contraction sets in, that's when the resistance can set in, right? And so an example that I want to use for this is, when you're starting, since this is something that I work with people on, is when you're starting a health journey, you might feel that call, that pull, that desire to improve your health, to optimize your health. You might be dealing with symptoms. You just might want to optimize and feel better. Excuse me. And the excitement can be there at the beginning, right? I'm sure you can relate. And what can sometimes happen is the contraction can set in, and you feel like this isn't working, this is hard, um, you're not seeing the results in a fast enough time, you fall back into old patterns, and you stop putting in the effort and the focus on the journey of where you're going, the destination of where you're going. And sometimes people will just throw in the towel. And what I want people to see with that is you're in the season, you're in a, not a season, you're in the phase of, am I going to trust the process, maintain my eye on the prize, I guess you could say, my eyes on the journey, the destination of where I'm going, and can I contract in a way that's just saying, okay, like maybe today I'm not having a good day. Can I be gentle with myself? Can I be compassionate with myself? Can I look at what can I do different? Starting to change some behaviors. How can I look at this in a different way? And then move forward, right? That's how we get through seasons of contraction is, if we can really be compassionate with where we're at, if we can start to look at there's a reason why this is happening. Maybe there's a different way of doing things. Maybe there's a different way of looking at things, like I mentioned. And that's helping you change and evolve and grow, right? If things were always easy, there would be no growth. I want you to really let that set in. If things were always easy, there would be no growth and probably no reflection, probably no taking radical responsibility. And it would probably be pretty boring. Think about movies. When you go see a movie, there's always some type of like hardship or challenge that the main characters have to face, and they get through it more than likely. You're seeing a good movie. um, and they overcome it, right? They build that resilience, they grow, and more than likely there's a happy ending, right? And so the same thing is true for the seasons of life that you're in. And what I have found to be true is there's more seasons of the void, is what I like to call it. It's what I've heard before. And what that means is just like there's not a lot of expansion or contraction. It's just like mundane things, right? And for someone who is very driven and motivated, that can be really hard too. When you want to move on to the next thing, you want to see, okay, what else is exciting? What else can I start? What else is right? And it's like, wait a minute, maybe this is a time for you to just ride the wave and be really grateful where you're at in your life and just be happy that, yeah, this is a season of smooth sailing. You're in the void. You're in the, I've had this plenty of times, especially with work, with business, of like, I just feel like there's something that I'm meant to be doing that I don't know yet, and it's like, wait a minute. If I look back and see all that is manifested based on the action I've taken and the desires that I've wanted and who I've been called to help, it's like, let's enjoy this time. It's been pretty amazing. And what I will say is something that has helped me a lot when I am in the seasons, of course, always, always, always taking care of my physical body, my mental health, emotional health, like really, really making that a priority. Um, because when you're in those seasons where it feels harder and stressful, you are using a lot of your energy reserves, and this is having an effect on the physical body. And so, if you are really taking care of yourself, you're going to build more of that stress resilience, and you're going to be able to get through it a lot smoother. The other thing I will say is my faith in the Lord has been by far the best nervous system regulation tool there is. Having faith in the Lord and His plan and letting go of my plan has been a lesson that I've had to learn over and over and over again. And when it finally clicks, and I'm like, oh, okay, patience, trust in His higher plan. It's like everything's okay. Everything is okay. All is well. And that has really been helpful for me through seasons of the void, through seasons of contraction, when I am expanding all of it. And what I will say is, sometimes I've been guilty in the past of just really turning to my faith when I have been in struggle. And now I am really happy to say that I'm in a season of my life where it's a daily priority. Whether it's, I'm in a season of good or bad. There's no good or bad season. I want to rewind that and just take that back. It's all for our good, really. And that's a perspective that I've had to change myself. But what I will say is, through the really exciting times and through the times that feel a little mundane, or they feel like I'm stuck, or something isn't working or clicking, or the things that I'm really wanting in my life aren't happening, it's like my faith has been the number one thing that has helped me get through that. And so, yeah, I think I'm going to leave y'all with that. I want to leave you with, wherever you're at in your life, whatever season you're in, I want to encourage you to lean on your faith. And if you do not have a practice right now with believing in the Lord, believing in God, I want to invite you to do that, because it is very transformational when you can start to do that. And this year I started reading the Bible. I have never read the Bible before, and I love it. I absolutely love it. It's a part of my daily routine. And I'm 39, and I'm just now starting to do that. It's never too late to start the things that you want to do. My husband has tried to get me to do it in the past, and I was avoidant. to be completely honest. I had to be ready for that, and so whoever is listening to this message, and I know there's going to be someone out there that this really lands with, and that's beautiful. And that's why I was called to um, talk about this today on this channel. And so I want to just leave you with that. In summary, we are meant to go through seasons of expansion and contraction. We feel that in our body. We might see it externally in our life, the collapsing of things around us. Our nervous systems do the exact same thing all the time. It's designed to do that. We are designed to do that. And lean in on the tools, the resources. Go and listen to my Get Regulated with Me series to give you some tools to help regulate your nervous system. Turn to your faith. Take care of your physical body, your mental body, your emotional health, all of that. Take care of that, and you'll be fine. You'll be able to ride the wave and get through it. Okay, I would love to hear if any of this landed with you today. Like I said, this was just inspired on a walk that I went on this morning with my pup, and I really hope this lands with someone. I would love to hear, what season are you in? And if you found this helpful, hopefully there's a nugget in here that you could take away. And I will see you guys on another video. Have a beautiful day.